race season is about to break, so I need to start getting my bike ready for race season. Toughman Arizona is this weekend, so we need to get this baby ready for some racing. So I'll be assembling this fancy new wheels from Vision, which I'll show you in a minute, with this Continental Sprinter 22 tubular. Some people say you need basically 24 hours and some glue to get the tubulars in. I usually just put one layer of glue. For me it's enough. I've never had issues cornering or such. So let's get this done. Okay, so bike is all assembled, wheels and tubulars are in place. The reason why I only use one layer of glue on the tubular is mostly because most triathlon races, non-draft, are pretty much a straight line and not a lot of cornering. So I want to make it easier for if I have any issue during the race. It's easy just to change a tubular quickly. Unlike if you have 4 or 3 layers of glue, it's just going to be harder to take them off quickly and fast. So again, bike is all set up. This year, this is pretty much the basic setup I'll have. I do have a 81 back wheel or rear wheel, but I'll be using mostly the disc, and obviously the front 81. From Vision. So this year I'm racing with a 54 chainring. Last year I raced most of the season with a 53. I feel like the 54-42 gives you a little edge, especially on the downhills, and I really don't miss the 39 that much. I'm going to use this rear cage hydration system by Vision as well. It allows to mount 2 cages. I think 1 is more than enough. And then at the front, I'll basically use aero drink or this bottle cage. This time, for this race, I'm going with the bottle cage just because I don't know how rough the roads are. And I don't like to get splashed with an aero drink. Still, the aero drink gives you somewhat of an advantage because you can drink without leaving the aero position. The Quintana Roo PRsix has a bento box here and then a box right here. I left the box upstairs, so I'll be using that to carry the flat kit for the tires. I'm racing with Di2 Ultegra front and rear derailleur. I'm also racing with tubulars Continental Sprinter. I found that the Continental Sprinter is a very good racing tire, mostly because it's not as expensive as the Continental competition, and it has very similar rolling resistance. So for me, just a cheaper option and pretty much the same advantage as the Continental competition would give me. The aerobot is the Trimax Vision. I'll be using that. The saddle is the Adamo or the SIM DN 2.1. I've had some issues adapting to this split nose saddle in the past. I think this year, hopefully it'll be okay. One of the biggest changes this year is that I will likely not race with this bottle cage. So in terms of aerodynamics, here is probably the fastest place to have something. You wanna create something here to just create the bubble, air bubble over the rider, and this is the second fastest place to have aero drink. Usually most races, I won't race with this one, but this first race is pretty much just to break the ice, and I want to make sure I'm comfortable with just those two, and probably not even use this one, and just remove this one for Oceanside 7.3 and the other Ironman races I'm doing. The PRsix comes with this again bento box. It has plenty of room. It's really flexible. I mean, we usually bump into this and just destroy the bento boxes. This one not only gives you some aerodynamic advantage, but also it's really easy to use, really open, and I mean, you can just carry every nutrition there. One of the main changes I also did from last year is that I changed the crank length to 165. I found that because the crank length is 165, you're able to raise the saddle a little bit and create a drop, or a more aggressive drop on the aerodynamics and position, and that just gives you somewhat of an advantage. The last bike fits I did, actually they told me already last year that I should have changed to 165 cranks sooner. I've just been not very comfortable with that position. I'm using P1 pedals from PowerTap. These are super nice, just because they're super easy to assemble. They're super easy to change batteries. You just unscrew this, and they're very easy to unscrew. To change the battery if something happens. For me, the only disadvantage of the P1 pedals is that you have to use look cleats, which I don't like very much, but I mean, it is what it is. Missing here from what will probably be my race setup for Oceanside is obviously the oversized pulley from Ceramic Speed. I'll also have the Ceramic Speed bottom bracket. Overall, the bike also needs a wash. Thanks for the reminder, Pedro. And obviously I'll use the UFO or the ice or the UFO chain from Ceramic Speed as well. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions that may have popped after seeing my race bike, feel free to leave it on the comments. Thank you.